Hello everyone, Dr. J here and welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to try some teriyaki pork on the Blackstone Griddle. Now I made this teriyaki sauce from scratch, so before I bring you closer to show you what we got going on the griddle, I'm going to take you in the kitchen and show you how I put the sauce together. I'll see you in just a minute. For the teriyaki sauce, I started out with 5 teaspoons of packed brown sugar, 3 cloves of garlic minced, a 1-inch section of ginger minced, 1 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and a heaping tablespoon of honey. I then mixed all of this together and put it on a medium heat for about 2 minutes and let everything get warmed all the way through. While the teriyaki sauce was starting to warm up, I added a 1/4 cup of water to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to make a cornstarch slurry. I then added this slurry to the warm mixture of teriyaki and put it back on the stove top for a few more minutes while everything combined completely and thickened up nicely. When this was finished, I set it out to cool to room temperature so that I could add it to the pork once the pork was diced up. And for the pork, I used 2 pork chops. These are center cut pork loin pork chops. I pulled the extra fat off of the side. Since I'm not grilling these, I didn't want the extra fat. And then I cubed these up into 1-inch cubes and got them to a good bite-sized pork bite to go with that teriyaki sauce. And once everything was cubed up, I added it to the plastic bag. And once the sauce was cool enough to add to the mixture, I mixed in a couple of heaping tablespoons in with the cubed pork and let it sit in the fridge overnight. So I took that marinade that you just saw and I put it over some cubed up pork. This is some pork loin chops that I had cut into 1-inch cubes, and then poured that sauce over it and let it sit overnight so it had a good time to marinate. And we'll throw it on the griddle here and see how it turns out. The temperature on the griddle right now, right here in the middle, is running right about 400, 420 degrees at the hottest spot, it looks like. 422 towards the outside. I'm running 380, 390. All of the burners are on low. It's been going for about 15 minutes while I cook some white rice on the inside. I'm going to lay a little bit of oil down. Let's get our pork out of the bag and start cooking it up. And with the brown sugar in this, I'm going to have to probably flip it a little more just to make sure we don't burn that sugar. I love that sound. Oh, and the smell right now. Oh, the smell of that teriyaki. So I had some teriyaki sauce left over. This is not touched meat or anything. This was all just the extra that I had from the sauce that I made that you saw in the video right before we started cooking this. I'm going to use this as a final glaze and make sure that we get a good teriyaki glaze on the final pork right as it's finishing up. I think that will make excellent, excellent teriyaki pork. Checking some of our cubes here. We're running 160. 160, so we're cooked. I'll throw some glaze on here, let that glaze warm up, and we'll be ready to pull it. I can't quite describe just how good that teriyaki smells. I mean, that is phenomenal smelling teriyaki sauce. That ginger and that garlic in there. You can smell the sweetness of the brown sugar as it caramelizes. That's looking fantastic. Alright, so we've got this teriyaki pork ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. We'll make us up a plate with some white rice and give this a try. I'll tell you what, guys, that looks pretty darn good if I do say so myself. Alright, so I've got some teriyaki pork there, all plated up with some nice rice. Let's give this a taste. Got a real nice color on there. Nice glaze with that teriyaki seasoning. Very tender. You got the ginger and the garlic. A little sweet from the brown sugar. That pairs perfectly with some rice. You could do some fried rice on there as well. Very, very nice. Yum. That worked out very, very good. I think it even worked better on some chicken thigh. I might have to do that in the not too distant future. Thank you guys for joining me today as I tried out this teriyaki recipe on some pork. If you like what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as I'll be putting more videos out shortly. And again, I thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next time.